Hey guys, today I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on how to custom print your own fabric to make these cute little hair bows. It's super simple and all you need is some bullet fabric, whatever image you want to print on that fabric, and a sublimation printer. To print my custom fabric for hair bows, I use Pages on a Mac. You could probably also use Word on a PC. And each of my strips is 5 inches by 16.5 inches. And I can fit 2 on a sheet. Don't forget to mirror your image so when you press it, it reads the correct way. Here it is printing out, and these colors are really muted and dull. They will brighten up and their true colors will come out once it's pressed. Okay, so it's finished printing, and now I'm just going to trim some of this excess off. I'm not going to trim right up on my paper, but just, leave a 1/4 inch or so. And I really prefer using these clear acrylic rulers and a rotary cutter. It's not necessary, but it is just so nice to be able to see through the ruler and just know that I'm getting a nice straight line. Now I'm going to take my strips of fabric. They are 5 inches by 16.5 inches. And I'm going to place them on my sheets. And you're going to put the bullet texture down. You can see I left some overhang on the ends so that I can trim it up nice and square once I'm finished. Grab your heat. There's one. Got my other one secured. And again, that same overhang so I can trim it up once I have it printed. All right, now I will take these over to the heat press and show you how I press them. Here we are at the press, and you can see it's reading 383 right now, but I try and keep it at 385 for 55 seconds. And I use light to medium pressure. Also, I have blowout paper here on the bottom of my press, and this just protects your press from getting ink that blows out and staining your press, because it will transfer to other projects. When you place your project on the heat press, you want to put it with the paper side up, or at least this is my preference. I don't know if it actually matters, but I do prefer to have the paper side up. Put it there, and then put another sheet of blowout paper to protect the top of your heat press. Scoot those closer so it'll cover all of it. Okay. Now I'm just going to press it for those 55 seconds. We'll take our blowout sheet off, and as you can see, that is what you're preventing from getting on the top of your heat press, because this would transfer to future polyester projects if I were to do them, and you definitely don't want to ruin other projects. Let's turn these over, and there you can see this is what you're preventing from getting on the bottom of your press. And look at that, went from that dull printout to the perfect colors for my daughter's hair bow. And here you can see, because I mirrored my image before printing, their names read out the correct way. Had I forgotten to mirror, their names would be on here backwards, and I would be kind of annoyed with myself. All right, now I'm going to trim my 2 pieces up so that I can show you guys how to make the little bows. Again, using an acrylic ruler, I trim off the white ends. And then I trim off a piece here because you're going to use it to tie the center of your bow when we get there. So I usually trim off just over an inch. It does not have to be exact by any means. There's that one ready to go. I'm going to trim this one up. I seriously love how good this printer works. Best decision I ever made was to switch to the Epson from Sawgrass. My Sawgrass printed fine, it was just the ink was so expensive that I wanted to cry every time I had to buy new ink. Okay, again, I'm going to cut off just over an inch down here. All right, so here's our two pieces, and let's get started on our bow. The easiest thing I found to help me hold my bow together while I'm waiting to tie this strip around it is just these little teeny tiny rubber bands for hair. They work great. So you'll take your piece, fold it over about 5 inches or so, 4.5 to 5. Like here I did 4.5 and I'm happy with it. So then you'll fold your other piece over the same 4.5 and you'll scrunch it up. Try to get 5 scrunches in there usually. And since I'm not like a professional bow maker, it takes me a few tries sometimes. Okay. And I try to do 5 because I want my edges to be towards the back. That way they're not poking up and looking all funny. Take the hair tie, wrap it around. I do twice. Do whatever feels best to you. And then just play with it till you know both of your little wing pieces, whatever they're called, the loops, look even. And here's where this piece comes into play now. You'll fold it so that your raw edges are in the middle. And it's going to be used to hide that hair tie. And you just tie it in a knot around your bow. And like I said, I'm not a pro bow maker by any means, but they're really simple. Like this is my second one, and I think it looks pretty darn cute. I'm gonna make my other bow same way. And if you wouldn't mind just subscribing to my channel really quick, it would really make my day. It kind of just, I don't know, it's one of those small things that just kind of keeps me motivated to know that people want to see these little projects that I do. And so that would be awesome if you would. All right, there's that one. Same thing, I lost my hair tie, but I have a bucket full. Loop it around. One more time. And there it is. One thing I would do if I were to make another set of hair bows for my girls is I'd make their names way smaller because you can't really see them. I was afraid they'd be too small before I printed it, and now I see they were too big. So that is the only thing I would change, because these turned out so cute. And this fabric, I have it linked on just a bunch of my favorite Sublimation items, and it's only like $9 a yard. And yeah, you get so many bows out of 1 yard of fabric that it's a really great deal. So like I said, I have that linked in a link down below if you want to check it out. Here's just a little more of a close-up. You can see what I was talking about with their names a little better. And they're still super cute, but I do wish I would have made them a little smaller.